Good evening and welcome. This is Whole and Beautiful, and I am Angela Oliphant, your host. And I am so glad that you all have joined me tonight for a night of information, revelation, and change. It's going to be another great night tonight. I want to, since we're coming up on Mother's Day this particular weekend, I want to just say hi and give some shout outs to some mothers that maybe I hadn't had an opportunity to talk to lately or haven't seen lately. And one of those mothers is Nadia Addison. Happy Mother's Day to you. And Joy King, happy Mother's Day to you. They are both boy moms. They both have sons and they are excellent. Hey Josie, how you doing? They are excellent moms, and I applaud them. Um, Happy Mother's Day also to a friend of mine who we grew up with her, and I don't get to see her that much. I see her every now and then, and we talk sometimes, and I'll text her. But her name is Doretha Gamillion Carr, and I want to let her know that I appreciate her, and I am so happy and so excited that God allowed her to be a part of our lives. She lived next door to my grandmother. We lived like right in the same neighborhood and we grew up together. And I am appreciative also of her mom. Her mom is not no longer with us, but Miss Joanne was the bomb. I loved her. I loved the way she talked. I loved her walk. I just loved who she was. And she was a great neighbor and she was a great person. And I just wanted Reed to know that I appreciate her and her mom. And I know she's not here, but she's forever in our hearts. And I am so excited about that. Also, Josephine Prescott, she's no longer with us either. But Josephine was my friend, and I met her by being a candy striper in a nursing home. And y'all know I said candy striper, so y'all know I tell my age. I'm proud of it. I got a birthday coming up, and that'll be next week. But yes, Josephine was awesome. She was in a domestic violence situation where she was shot like 6 times and they expected her to die. And she did not. She lived. And she was quadriplegic. So she was in a nursing home, but she had a fire on the inside of her and she encouraged me as a teenager. She pushed me. She was always there for me and she always would pray for me. I would encourage her and she would encourage me, and you would think because of the situation that she was in that maybe she would be in a depression or in something like that, but she was not. She was always happy and she was always ministering to somebody. And even on the days when she was not feeling her best or in the best mood or whatever the case may be during that time frame, I will always be there and I will come in and be able to share a poem with her or share some words of encouragement or just to say hi. And we became really close friends and I really love her and I really miss her a lot. But I am so thankful that I was allowed to be a part of her life and she was allowed to be a part of mine. I gave some other shout outs like yesterday on When Life Speaks. So if you want to hear those shout outs, go back and listen to When Life Speaks. She Miss Andrea, she had an awesome show yesterday. And go back and listen to the show. It's going to do a replay on tomorrow at 12. Listen at that show because it was awesome. And you'll hear the other shout outs that were given. But I am so excited on tonight that I get to share with you all and talk to you all about my mom. And I wanted to share some different things concerning her. I know that right now she's not going to be able to watch this, but I am going to make sure that she sees it. Sometime this weekend or maybe sometime next week, I will get the show to her so that she can see it and she can see how much that I love her, how much I appreciate her, and that this show is about her and who she is and who she was. And I'm just excited because I still have my mom here with me, and I know that is a blessing because some people they don't. And my heart goes out to them, and I am so appreciative and so grateful that my mom is still here with me, and I get to spend time with her, and I get to talk about her, and just love on her. I asked my sisters to send in some different things that they remember growing up as far as with my mom and the different things that she did, so that we could just reminisce and talk about who our mom was, and how she was when we were growing up. One thing that my sisters were saying was that she used to, at 12 midnight, and that was 12 midnight back in the day when she would get off from work. It would be that particular Friday. If that particular Friday was payday, she would take us to the grocery store, which is Kroger. Yeah, because it stayed open all night. And we would go there, and she would buy ice cream, and she would get cookies, and she would get donuts. We have donuts and cinnamon rolls and cheese. It was just like a big thing for us. We would go and get all these snacks, and we would go home, and we could have a cinnamon roll and some cheese or some ice cream and stuff when we went home. It was awesome to be able just to go to the store with her. She worked hard, and she was a single mom, so she was there, and she would do those little things that would excite us and we would be so happy about it. We learned today as we were talking back and forth that we are foodies because everything that we talked about centered around food. I mean, she would get in there, and like one of my sisters was saying, once she put that apron on, you knew it's like, okay, Annie is cooking some food today. And she would get in there and she would cook for us, and she spent time with us. Growing up, she would sit down and she would read the Bible to us. And it was the Bible that I showed y'all a few weeks ago. She would read those stories to us. She was asking us the questions. She would do a Bible study during the summer for that whole week. She would do a week Bible study with all the kids in the neighborhood that could come. And then at the end of the week, we knew that we were having like a big cookout. So she would do a big cookout for us at the end of the week. And we just enjoyed it. We had so much fun. And when I think back on it now, I was like, wow. Um, to think that she did all these different things as she was growing up with us, basically, because my mom was a young mom, and she had three daughters to take care of. And for a while, it was just two daughters, and then my baby sister was born later on, and it was just, I think about it now with my daughter. And happy Mother's Day to my daughter, and happy Mother's Day to my daughter-in-law. But I think about it now because I see them at the age that they are, and they're taking care of their children. And I was like, wow, that was my mom. She was taking care of us at that age, and she was doing it. She was working, and she would spend time with us as much time as she could, but she would work those shifts and get off, and she would be tired, but she still had girls. So she had hair to do, she had a house to clean, she had so much other stuff that she had to take care of, and she was taking care of all of that by herself. And I am so appreciative of that. So appreciative that she took care of everything she could at that point and at that time in our lives, because it takes a village. And I look at it now, she had so many people that were there that were helping her, so many people that were right there with her that supported her. And I am thankful for those people, for every one of them that stepped in, for every one of them that was there. My grandmother was there, my granddad was there, and we stayed with them. And my grandmother would keep us while my mom went to work. And it was just an awesome thing. And when I think about it now, when you're a kid, a lot of times I mean, you're not thinking about any of that. It's like all you want is your meals. You want to be able to eat. You want to be able to go do some of these things that you want to go do. You just on top of the world, because it's like kids are not even thinking about all the different things that it entails. But my mom made time for us. She was at, I remember the first play that I was in, my mom was there. She was there to see me in the play, and I was so excited. I knew she had to work, and I wasn't expecting her to show up, but she came. And I remember that. And I was like in the third grade. But I remember my mom coming to that play. I remember her helping me with my costume that I had to be, because I was supposed to be an older lady in the play. And she had fixed my dress so that it would look like I was an older woman. She let me wear a wig. She put a wig on me and she put powder in it to make it look like it was great. I was like, yay, you know. And then to come out of the stage that we had in our classroom, because they made us a little area for a stage and stuff. And we came out, and when I came out there to say my line in the play and I looked in the audience, I saw my mom. And that was, I was just so excited. I was like, my mom is here. But I still focused on, my line, and I got my line out, and it was just so exciting for me to look and see that she was there, because I knew that my mom worked, and I was like, she's not gonna be able to make it. But she did everything for me so that I would be prepared for my first play. And that was exciting for me. Um, my sisters were talking about how my mom would just do different things. My baby sister was talking about her going out and eating with my mom, and how some of those were the best times that they had, just sitting down and eating together. And we all sat down to the table to eat together. And that was one thing that my mom did with us. And a lot of people don't even do it today. They don't sit down to a table and eat. Everybody's eating at different times. They come in, they eat their food, they take their food to their room and go in their room and eat, or they sit down in front of the TV and watch TV while they're eating their food, instead of having conversation with the people that are in the house with you. My mom would have us sit down to the table. We would sit down and we would talk and we would laugh. Oh my goodness, we would laugh so much. We would talk about just different things sitting at the table, and it was so much fun to sit at that table and eat and laugh and have fun. And do that with your mom this weekend. If your mom is still with you, if you're saying, you know what, well, I don't have that type of relationship with my mom, why don't you give your mom a call? Why don't you talk to her? Why don't you spend some time with her and say, hey, you know what? Let's just move on from here. And sometimes we think that this thing is so huge and it's so big that we can't break that barrier, but you can. You can break that barrier. You can be the the peacemaker in the situation. You can say, okay, you know what? I know that this may have ended wrong. This may not have gone right. But you know what? I'm just going to bury all of this. I'm going to start somewhere. Even if it's just to speak to your mom. Even if it's just to bring in something that you know that she cares for and that she likes, and bring it to her this weekend. Make amends, forgive and keep moving, because you only get one mom, and we didn't get to choose who our mom was, okay? But we have our moms now. So we have an opportunity to make the relationship great, and it can only be as great as you make it. It can only be what you want it to be and how much you put in it. If you really love something, someone, you want to invest in them. So invest in your mom this weekend. Invest in her. Let her know that you're there. Let her know that you care about her. Let her know how much you are appreciative of her, because it's going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome thing when you can form that relationship. form that friendship where you can sit down and your mom can become your friend. And a lot of us, some of us don't have that type of relationship. And I do understand that. But it can happen if we put the effort in there and we do what we need to do. Um, it's just it's awesome. I think about my mom too in the fact that she didn't play. It was like she had three daughters, so she had to make sure that we were on point. So she made sure it was like when I get home in the morning, y'all don't need to be here. Why? Because she was getting back from work in the morning, and by the time she got there in the morning, that's when we were older. She was like, "Y'all need to be gone." That means we needed to be at school. So we had this thing of, you know what? If I miss the bus, I will walk. I will catch a ride. I'll do whatever I got to do to get to school because I cannot let Annie know that I didn't go to school. You know, I would much rather be chasing behind a bus than let her catch me at home. I'll walk, you know, because we knew we had to be on point. But I look at the different things that she did, and I was like, she did those things for a reason. She had three girls that she was taking care of, so she had to make sure everything was on point. Because if it was not, it was like everything could go in disarray real quick. So she made sure, she was like, you know what, these are the things that need to be done. Y'all need to be in school. You need to do this. And whenever we would come home and say, hey, mama, we got this going on, this fundraiser or this thing that we want to do. If we wanted to try out for something, she was all for it. She was like, go ahead, you know. She would help us with it. She would push us to say, you know what, you can do that if you want to. If that's what you want to do, if you want to go try out, okay. You know, and she didn't discourage us to say, oh, you're not gonna be able to do that. She would let us go and she would let us try. If we made it, we made it. If we didn't, we didn't. Um, I remember one of my sisters played an instrument, and I think the other one did too. But yeah, they went to band and they had I didn't do band, but they did. And it was, she had to have the instrument and all the other stuff. So I look back at that though, and that's what makes me so appreciative of who she is and who she was, because she made those sacrifices for us. Little did we know they were sacrifices, but now that we're older, we realize, wow, she made that sacrifice for us. She did that, you know, so that we could have this. Or she worked those extra hours, or she went in on that day when she was tired and worked a little bit more just so she could have a little bit of extra so that we could have some of the things that we were wanting. Did we get everything that we wanted? No, we did not. But she tried to make sure that we knew that she cared and that she supported us. Whenever our birthdays came, she made sure, that is one thing that Annie Cooks made sure of. She made sure that you had a birthday cake. She made sure that your birthday was celebrated every single year. And she did not let us have like the birthday party. You know, it was like I would have my birthday, but my sister would get gifts on my birthday too. So she was saying she would not just give that one child a gift. The other children got gifts too. So whenever I had my birthday, my sister would get a gift. I would get gifts, you know, from people who came to the birthday party or whatever. And my mom would buy me gifts, but she would always make sure that my sister had a gift. And the same thing when my sister's birthdays came around, they had their birthday cakes and they got gifts, but she made sure that I got a gift. She made sure that it's like if somebody gives you something, make sure they give it to your sister too. Make sure that there's no breach in there. So guys, I want you to just applaud your moms this weekend and love on them. And I want to show you this picture of my mom when she was younger. She was I believe this particular picture that is coming up now. Yeah, this one, and she probably get me, but it's okay. I think my mom was maybe about 19 in this picture. Um, Look look at her. Oh, she looks so cute. But she was about 19, I'm thinking, in that particular picture. And when I think about that picture and I'm looking at her, I'm like, man, she had all those dreams and stuff that we had. She had all those desires in her heart that we had when we were growing up, and when we all those things we wanted to do. She wanted things in life just like we did. And when I look back at the pictures, I was like, it makes me just think about how my mom is a person, a human being. She is that person. Yeah, she told me if I missed the yeah, if you miss the bus, yeah, you gonna walk. That's what Annie said. You gonna walk to school. And so we made sure that we was on the bus. But when I look at the picture and stuff of her, I just think of, man, that was a young woman who was full of life, which she still is today, full of hope, full of desire, wanting certain things to happen certain ways. And she was awesome. She was really awesome. I love her, just her being her. You know, when I think about it, I can't pick out like this one thing and say, oh, yeah, I love that about her. I love the fact that my mom is my mom, and that she is simply who she is. And she loves who she is. She will make you laugh, and you will laugh so much, and then she can turn around right back and be real powerful and strong too, where she, like, when she says something, she means it, but in the same way, she can be such a loving mom and such a burst of energy and life. And she'll sometimes she just get to laughing, and she will just have you laughing for so long about just silly things, and things that people, if I was to say it on here, you probably wouldn't get it, and you'd be like, what in the world is she talking about? But in our family, in our little group, we would laugh so much. And I love that. I love the fact that she kept us laughing. I love the fact that we always had something to eat. We always had a roof over our head. We always had clothes. It may not have been what we wanted or the type that we wanted, but she made sure that we were well taken care of. She made sure that she was there for us, and for that we are grateful. And for that I am so grateful. And the reason why I say there's a village is because there is. Whenever you're a mom, and I don't want any mom to feel like they're by themselves, because even sometimes, some of the single moms may feel like, oh, I'm alone. You're not alone. Reach out to somebody, let them know what's going on. You have a village that's out there that's willing to help you. You have a village that's out there that really wants to help and support you, because you are not alone. I always tell everybody this all the time: is no man is an island, no man stands alone. We need each other. We all need each other. So I want you to realize that, you know what, I'm not by myself. And I think with my mom, she realized, even though she may have felt like she was by herself sometimes, she realized that she was not by herself. She had her mom there, she had her dad there, she had other people who were her friends that were there. They supported, they helped push her, and they help her to be who she is today. My mom is thriving, and she's continuing to move forward and to go forward. And I love every moment that I get to spend with her. I want to just say thank you. Thank you to my mom. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for doing the things that you have done. She has She's done so much, and moms do. They do so much, and they sacrifice for their children, and they try to make sure that each child is taken care of, and they love on each child. A loving mom, a caring mom does that. And they make sure that each one of their children know that they're loved, and they realize, you know what, each child is different. So I may have to do this over here for this one or this over here for that one, but I am so appreciative of Annie D. Cooks. She is a wonderful mom. I wanted to also say a shout out to my Aunt Betty Jean, who is my mom's sister. Um, Happy Mother's Day to her. And also happy Mother's Day to my mom's other sister. I call her Aunt V. Her name is Vivian, and she is an awesome person too. And today is her birthday, so happy birthday to you. You know, you get all of that in one weekend. You know, happy Mother's Day and happy birthday. And I am so appreciative of them all. My Aunt Lois, she's not no longer with us, but I appreciate her too. I have learned so much from them, each one of them, my mom and her sisters. I've learned a lot from my grandmother. My grandmother, we grew up in the house with my grandmother, and she poured so much into us, and you don't realize how much is being poured into you until later. Later, when you're older, later when you're growing up, and you realize all those stories, all those little things that she did growing up helped to form you into the person that you are today. And I am so appreciative of those women because they were strong, and yet they were powerful, but they were laid back, you know, and you knew that they loved you. You knew that they cared. You knew that they were there for you. You knew that they had your back. That's one thing that I know with my mom. She had our back no matter what. Whatever happened, Annie was there for you. And she wasn't going to like leave you out there by yourself. She stood with you, and she continues to stand with us today. And she is just a good person. And my mom loves the simplest things. You can do the very simple stuff for her, and she is overjoyed. She is just so excited. You don't have to go out to do these extravagant things, you know. She is so happy even when you do the smallest thing, and she's so appreciative of everything that is done for her. And so we're going to celebrate her this weekend. We're going to have some fun with her this weekend. Um, we're just going to bless her and just love on her, you know, while she is still here with us, while we still got our mom. And I am praying that it's for years and years and years to come, and she is planning for it to be years and years and years and years and years to come. We're going to enjoy every moment of every day with her. Why? Because she's our mom. And like I said, you don't get to choose who your mom is, but you can be thankful that you have a mom. You can be thankful that she is here. You can be thankful that she is there for you every step of the way. Um, I am so appreciative tonight, and I want to give a shout out again to my sister Josie, who is a single mom. Hang in there, Josie. Keep moving, keep pressing forward. You got this, and God got you. So you're a good mom, and you just enjoy your daughter, enjoy her. And even with my sister Linda is not a mom per se in saying that she has birthed children, but Linda is a good parent. A parent is a caring, you know, a caring person. She parents my children, and she parents also my grandchildren, and parents my sister's child. I mean, there's so many teenagers and young people that come to her for advice, and that they hey Miss Linda this, and hey Miss Linda that, and they really appreciate her. And they sit and they talk to her, and she has so much wisdom to pour out to them. And so for that, I say thank you, Linda. Thank you for being the person that you are. Thank you for pouring into my kids, and also pouring into my grandkids. It's been awesome for her to be in their lives the way that she has, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited that she is in their lives the way that she is. I wanted to see, I'm gonna see if I can pull this up real quick. There's something that I pulled up earlier that I wanted to read to you all, and I'm going to see if I can get it back up and look at it so that I can read it to you and share it with you. And this may not be as like a long show tonight, but I just wanted to get on here and say thank you, to say thank you to my mom because I love her so much. I really do. And Alan, if you can, I want you to put that picture, the last picture up of my mom of her today, because Annie is have moved um, on to now being 70 years old. She was 70 last year. And this is my mom today. Don't she still look good? Y'all, she's still looking good. But I wanted to read this while this picture is up. And I want just to share this with you all. It's just a short poem, and it says, "Everything, Mom. How did you find the energy, Mom, to do all the things you did? To be teacher, nurse, and counselor to me when I was a kid. How did you do it all, Mom? Be a chauffeur, a cook, and a friend, yet find time to be a playmate. I just can't comprehend. I see now it was love, Mom, that made you come whenever I call. Your inexhaustible love, Mom, and I thank you for it all." And I do. I thank her for it all. She's done so much, and I can't even put into words everything that my mom has done and everything, that she's been through and everything that she's walked out. But she's always like had that bounce back. She was like, okay, if this didn't work, we got to do it this way. If that didn't work, she got to do another way. And a lot of times we didn't see a lot of things that was going on in her heart, and maybe things that may have been bothering her or that was stress on her. She didn't like show that to us. She took it, and she may have cried in her quiet time, or she may have been upset, and but it was in her quiet time that she did this away from us, because whenever she was with us, she was always making sure that we were taking care of and making sure that we were thinking, everything was just great and it was wonderful. And I know that she had those other times too, but for Mom, I say thank you for all that you've done, all that you're still doing in our lives, how you're still there, how you're still caring, how you still love us, how you still pour into us, even as you are growing older, you're still pouring into us. And I thank God for her. So I want you all to thank God for your moms this week. I want you to just appreciate them, appreciate who they are, love them to the max. Do everything that you can for them every single day. Every single day, do something for them to let them know that you appreciate them and that you love them, because you only get one mama. You only get one mama. Thank you, Alan, for putting that up for me. And if you are on tonight, I want you to give a shout out to your mom. Give a shout out to a mom that may even get to see this show. All the moms that are listening tonight, happy Mother's Day to you. I appreciate you. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. You know, Happy Mother's Day to you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Josie. She's saying Happy Mother's Day to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, we don't appreciate our moms enough sometimes. Sometimes we don't sit back and really realize that they're human beings, that they went through things. We just look at them as being super mom and that nothing ever bothers them. But when you sit back and you think, man, they are human, they had some things happen too. They were going through some things too. And look, they made it through. They made it through. They may not to other people look like the best mom, but they are the best mom for us. That particular mom that you have is the best mom for you. And then those people that you have in your life that may not be your biological mom, but they have been there for you and they have poured into you and they have parented you and they've been there for you. Appreciate them also. Let them know. that you appreciate everything that they've done. Okay, guys? I told y'all this is not going to be a really, really long show tonight. I just wanted to share those pictures of my mom, and I wanted to share to you all how much I appreciate her. And I am going to make sure, like I said, that she gets this so she can see it, so she can know that, yes, it was a hard time sometimes. But you know what? You have three beautiful daughters, Annie D. Cooks. You do. And they are working and they are making things happen. And they turned out pretty good. You know, you did a great and wonderful job. And we are appreciative and loving of you. Guys, tomorrow this show is going to play again at 4 p.m. And I hope that you will share it with somebody else that you would like, that you'll comment, that you'll share it with somebody else to let them know that it's an awesome show. They should tune in. They should listen. Share it with your mom and say, "Hey, mom, listen to this." You know, because I love you, and I just want you to know that we are appreciative of you. So make sure that you spend that time with your family this weekend. Make sure that even if your mom is no longer with us, that you appreciate her in some way on tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Well, tomorrow and Sunday. Appreciate her this whole weekend. You know, make sure that you don't look at it as being like such a sad time because she's not here. Celebrate the life that she lived while she was here. And it may be a hard thing, but somewhere along the line, let some laughter flow and let some joy flow, even through the tears. Guys, I appreciate you and I thank you for allowing me to come into your homes tonight or on your radio or wherever you're listening tonight. I thank you for allowing me that time. Until we meet again, my name is Angela D. Oliphant, and I'm allowing you to see, to hear, and know that whole and beautiful is not just your destination, it is most definitely your journey. Guys, have the most amazing weekend and make sure that you appreciate your mom. Love you guys. Until we meet again. Good night.